Hey, Royal Rough Riders. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine tonight. Look, somebody in your family don't want you to get out. No, they don't want you to be that one to break that curse. And I won't say that it's that person personally, but there's an entity that been living in them for a long time throughout generations that don't want you to realize or to be inspired by anybody to change your life on the inside so that it can change on the outside. They want to keep going and going and going. Somebody don't want you to get out. Somebody wants you with that dysfunctional person just because they in a family line or they kin to somebody that they know or this is how it goes. No, 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 no. They don't want you to be happy because then happiness comes into your bloodline. Um, Also, when you reverse a curse, all the curse has to die. They have to go down. They can't continue to live there because you're going to call them out every time. That's why they don't want you to leave that person. Who in their right mind want their child with someone, their grown children, whatever you want to call them, with somebody that all they do is argue and fight? It don't matter how many kids you got by somebody. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying stay, leave, ago. I'm just saying, do that make sense? It's like when you stay in that line of arguing and fussing and fighting, that vibration also vibrates with your children. Even if they ain't young enough to understand what you're saying, things are not transpired just by words, it's by synergy. The energy that's connecting from you to that person whom you with and is vibrating at a high level. The kids can even be asleep and wake up tired because we go off of frequency. So you want your children to grow up thinking argue, fussing, and fighting is normal. You want your kids to grow up and think that just because people are together for 40 years, that mean that y'all got a good marriage. That's not what that means. Because a lot of times that's why people don't leave the person that they with because they're scared of losing something materialistic thing, but you lose more than that. Yes, you keep the house, the money, and the cars, but confusion is there too. Then you end up cheating, having an affair with someone else because you don't really want to be with this person and you know that. So now you're breaking another law. Now you're no longer just an unhappy married couple. Now you're a fornicator and an adulterer. Every time that you choose, you're going to have to lose something. Even if you choose to stay, you're still losing something. Still losing your sanity. You're still losing your happiness. You're still losing your joy, your peace. But yes, you're keeping your house, your car, your money in the bank. But you're wasting your life because you're not in full effect. You're not in full effect. So you wasting it. Wishing on this and wishing on that and hoping something happened to somebody on this and that. No, no, no. We got it all wrong. You have to make the hard decisions. Yeah, some people are going to be mad at you. Some people might try to disown you. But they don't own you to disown you. And what you mad about? You mad because I'm getting out of a toxic situation and I'm putting myself in a more peaceful, joy, and purposeful situation. How can you be mad about that? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And I never understood why. And I know some people that's close to me that does this. You separate, you could still see your children and be adults, but a lot of people, they want to keep people on the ropes. Let me tell you something about keeping some people on the ropes. You know they don't really want to be with you. I don't want to be with somebody that don't want to be with me. I'm not going to fight for something that I'm the only one fighting. I just think that's not a good thing to do. And I'm just telling you, some of your family don't want you to leave, not because they want y'all to stay together and it'll all work out and everything will be wonderful. Not if you don't want it. You can be with a wonderful person, and if you don't want it, it's not going to be wonderful. So what I'm saying is this: some people want you to stay there, to have you stagnated, to have you confused, to have you unhappy, to cause you to go out there in them streets and connect with somebody that you shouldn't be connecting with and end up getting something and coming home with something and giving it to your someone. And everybody, now everybody got a problem. Now there's a big problem. Or she doing what you doing, so when the doing get done, everything that you thought was having fun, now your life is done. It's time to live in the truth and the reality of our life and never be afraid to be alone. Because you can be with the person you with and be alone. Because you know y'all don't get along. So you're already alone. But it's okay to be alone and deal with you so you can make better choices and have a different view. Don't let anyone keep you in a toxic situation talking about um relationships go through stuff. It does. But not the stupid stuff. That to me, relationships, you go through, some trials and some tribulations, but you don't just go through just be disastrous and toxic and drinking and smoking and hoeing and the kids is caught up in between all of that. You don't think they feel that? Them kids already know it's over. Y'all the ones still trying to play like you're together. The kids looking at y'all like they don't know that we know. Ooh, and then the kids see you as a liar and deceivers. And sometimes that has our children to be developed as unachievers. Underachievers, excuse me. You just got to understand, you got to live in your truth. So if you live in your truth, the results you're getting are truthful. I hope that helped y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, get it before it gets you. I'm out.